Now, would you please welcome Mr. Donn. MOLZAHN.
Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played in a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. If you believed in me. If you believed in me. Thank you, and good evening. You know, my greatest fear was that no one would show up tonight. My second greatest fear was that everyone would. I'd like you to welcome you to my show, which tonight I'm going to be singing songs my mother taught me and more. For many years, I considered who it was that influenced me the most in my love of music, and now that I look back on my life, it was really my mother who started this journey for me. From my earliest memory, my mom would dance me in the kitchen, and she'd sing songs that she knew and loved from the 20s, 30s, and 40s. And eventually, probably about 5 years old, I started to sing along, and she decided, oh, he's a star. And one of the first songs I learned is this next one. It actually came out during the war in 1944, and it quickly reached #1 on the pop charts. I know a ditty, nutty as a fruitcake, goofy as a goon, and silly as a loon. Some call it pretty, others call it crazy, but they all sing this tune. Maresy-dotes and dozy-dotes and little lambsy-divey, a kiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? Maresy-dotes and dozy-dotes and little lambsy-divey, a kiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? If the words sound queer and funny to your ear, a little bit jumbled and jivey, sing mares eat oats, and does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. Oh, mares eat oats, and does eat oats, and little lambs eat ivy. Kiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? Kiddly-divey too, wouldn't you? Well, this next song is one of my favorites from my mother's record collection, and I've got it right here. This is a song by Gus Kahn. Anybody remember this size of record? This is a 70 RPM, right? Okay, very fast, one song per side, right? This was released in 1924. My mother was just 10 years old at the time. Why do I do just as you say? Why must I just give you your way? Why do I sigh? Why don't I try to forget? It must have been that something lovers call fate kept on saying I had to wait. I saw them all, just couldn't fall till we met. It had to be you. It had to be you. I've wandered around and finally found the somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad, thinking of you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss. They wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you. Some others I've seen might never be mean, might never be cross or try to be boss. They wouldn't do, for nobody else gave me a thrill. With all your faults, I love you still. It had to be you, wonderful you, had to be you. Well, when I was very, very young, and my mother had to keep me home from school because I was sick, she would bundle me up in my dad's really huge robe. I thought it was huge. And she'd set me in front of the TV and tuck me in with a feather comforter. And if I had a sore throat, she'd hand me a shot of bourbon and I'd down that. And if I had another sore throat during the day, she would hand me another one and I would down that. I'm a teetotaler now. Anyway, I first heard this song in an old movie because I didn't watch cartoons when I was a kid. I watched old black and white movies. And in those days, my youth, they weren't that old, actually, maybe. But anyway, I watched those movies, and it didn't really matter because our TV was black and white anyway. But anyway, I saw this wonderful singer. She was brassy, she was blonde, she was loud, and she was in a movie called, let me see if I, she was in a movie called And the Angels Sing. And that is a song that a movie that starred Fred MacMurray and Dorothy Lamour and Betty Hutton. And I heard Betty Hutton sing the next song. Sorry, I'm not on mic. I heard her sing the next song, and she instantly became my first love. So this, get ready. I must sit down for a minute. I'm ready to fall in a heap. Willie's been fed, and I've tucked him in bed. Oh, thank goodness the darling's asleep. He's a wonderful boy, and a joy, and a boon. But oh, this afternoon, bang went the bridge lamp, down went the table, crash went the china tray. But he really couldn't help it, his rocking horse ran away. Rip, rip went the curtain, wham went the window, crunch went the new buffet. And I had to tell his daddy, his rocking horse ran away. Somehow rustlers got into our front room. Our cowboy grabbed for his gun and went boom, 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 boom. Slam went the screen door, smash went the mirror. Looks like I'll soon be gray. But he smiles, and what's the difference? And maybe some Mother's Day he'll remember when his rocking horse ran away. Somehow, rustlers got into our front room. Our cowboy grabbed for his gun and went boom, 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 boom. Slam went the screen door, smash went the mirror. Looks like I'll soon be gray. But he smiles, and what's the difference? And maybe some Mother's Day he'll remember when his rocking horse ran away. Thank you. True story. Not me. The Oxford Dictionary defines a torch song as a sad or sentimental song, typically about unrequited love. I think most of us can probably relate to a torch song or two. When this was first recorded in 1948, the next song reached number 3 on the pop charts. And here to give her own spin on a torch song classic is the bold, the blonde, the beautiful, the multi-talented Carrie Kelsey.
I'm glad I didn't get brassy, like Betty Hutton. I knew none of that. I'm glad you shared that with me. Each time I see a crowd of people, just like a fool, I stop and stare. It's really not the proper thing to do, but maybe you'll be there. I go out walking after midnight along the crowded thoroughfare. It's not the time or place to look for you, but maybe you'll be there. You said your arms would always hold me. You said your lips were mine alone to kiss. Now after all those things you told me, how could it end like this? Someday if all my prayers are answered, I'll hear a footstep on the stair. With anxious heart, I'll hurry to the door, and maybe you'll be there. You said your arms would always hold me. You said your lips were mine alone to kiss. Now after all those things you told me, how could it end like this? Someday if all my prayers are answered, I'll hear a footstep on the stair. With anxious heart, I'll hurry to the door, and maybe you'll be there. Thank you so much. Excuse you. Excuse me.
Sorry.
I'm right in your way.
Oh, wonderfully done. A little bit of housekeeping here. So. You know, my mother and I loved watching all the variety shows on television. We loved seeing all the singers that were there. It seems that most of the popular singers had their own shows. Not so the one who I think pretty much put a stamp on this particular song. She actually sang a torch song that I remember as a child called Crimea River, which I'm not doing tonight. And I was kind of hooked at that point. She was my second love, and this was Julie London. Here's another one of her signature songs, and Carrie's going to join me on that. Wait a second. I need to get in the mood. Blackbird, blackbird, singing the blues all day, right outside of my door. Blackbird, blackbird, gotta be on my way, where there's sunshine galore.
Pack up all your cares and woes. Here I come, singing love. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet. So is he. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the lights. I'll be home late tonight. Blackbird, bye-bye.
Bluebird, bluebird, calling me far away. I've been longing for you. Bluebird, bluebird, this is my lucky day. Now my dreams will come true. Pack up all my care and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye, 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 blackbird.
Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, so is he. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love or understand me.
Oh, what card-like stories they all hand me.
So make my bed and light the light. I'll be home late tonight.
Blackbird, bye-bye.
Blackbird, bye-bye.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, Carrie Kelsey. when I was in high school, I switched gears away from the songs my mother taught me. I switched to musical comedy. And there were lots of opportunities in high school. We had big musical comedy reviews and stage productions and all. My mother could not feel worse. She was a purist. She always thought that all you need is a band and a singer, and that's music. Well, my focus really changed and solidified because the family went to the only theater production we ever went to outside of high school, and that was a production of Mame, starring Angela Lansbury. And I was mesmerized. She lit up the stage, and I decided at that moment, hey, musical comedy is for me. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your face with a luster that puts gold to shame. But if I'd ever leave you, it couldn't be in autumn. How I'd leave in autumn, I never could go. I've seen how you sparkle when fall knits the air. I know you in autumn, and I must be there. Or could I leave you running merrily through the snow, or on a wintry evening when you catch the fire's glow? If ever I would leave you, it couldn't be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so. Oh no, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never would I leave you at all. Softly, I will leave you softly, for my heart would break if you should wake and see me go. For I'll leave you softly, long before you miss me, long before your arms can beg me stay for one more hour or one more day. After all the years, I can't bear the tears to fall. So softly, as I leave you there, as I leave you there, as I leave you there. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, that last song was not a musical comedy song. It got its first popularity in Italy. So it's an Italian song, obviously sung in Italy, and very quickly, about a year later after it came out, it was here being sung in English. And we actually succeeded in what we really meant to do tonight. I sang the song in English, and they were playing in Italian. Now, a song can often begin as a story, a poem about love and loss and regret. My next guest tonight, her name is Judy Barrett. Judy is the epitome of a wordsmith. And a wordsmith is someone who is skilled at using words. And by the reading of the words, a poem, I'm sorry, I'm actually reading here and I can't read, becomes a living thing. I've asked Judy to read two of her special original poems, and I'm going to sing two not so original songs to go with them. But I was going to say something to the effect right now that yesterday was the beginning of summer and that we'd be longing for rain, and last night, at least where I live, it rained. And so I thought I'd share that anyway. Probably we will be looking toward some precipitation sometime in the coming months, I think. Judy Barrett, would you join me, please?
I have to live up to that, right? Okay. Grimy gray clouds and fog cast a ghostly gloom over the city. Dry, barren hillsides and brittle brown lawns, parched by relentless summer sun, create a study in sepia. For dreary, dismal days, a murky mist pervades the air until cleansing rain begins to fall. It hammers roofs and sidewalks, saturates fields and hills for 3 days, then slows to a gentle shower and stops. Morning bursts forth in glittering sunshine, which bounces off still wet green leaves on trees yesterday lifeless and limp. The once brown hillsides and lawns boast carpets of new grass as fine as baby's hair. Mother Nature has done it again. Her recipe for rebirth, just add water.
Soon it's gonna rain, I can see it. Soon it's gonna rain, I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain, what are we gonna do? Soon it's gonna rain, I can feel it. Soon it's gonna rain, I can tell. Soon it's gonna rain, what'll we do with you? We'll find 4 limbs of a tree, we'll build 4 walls and the floor, we'll bind them over with leaves and duck inside to stay. then we'll let it rain. We'll not feel it, then we'll let it rain. Rain pell-mell, and we'll not complain if it never stops at all. We'll live and love within our own. We'll live and love within our own. We'll live and love within our own four walls.
How about those golden pipes? It rained that Sunday. It had been pending, hanging in the air for weeks, so heavy it dulled the senses. Then everything went dark, and it came, the rain, slow at first, then harder. I ran through that relentless warm wet for an hour, maybe more, both shivering and sweltering in the summer heat. There was no shelter. As suddenly as it began, it stopped, leaving a silky gray mist. In a store window, my reflection with the last drops of water running down the glass was a portrait in pathos. You're gone, but not the pain. And in that window, I couldn't tell my tears from the rain.
Maybe I should have saved those leftover dreams. Funny, but here's that rainy day. That rainy day they told me about, and I laughed at the thought that it might turn out this way. Where is that worn out wish that I threw aside after it brought my lover near? Funny how love becomes a cold, rainy day. Funny, that rainy day is here. Thank you. Well, while I was still in high school, I joined a group called the Young Americans. At the time I was in, they were a household name. Apparently, not at this point. But anyway, we did some kind of amazing things. We did a lot of shows and concerts and toured extensively. We appeared on TV. actually performed with some big name people like Bing Crosby and forgotten the others. No, Bing Crosby, Dean Martin, Johnny Mathis. Thank you. We also recorded albums. I did one called the Love Album, and with the group. It wasn't just me. It was a group. In fact, Rolling Stone kind of dubbed our group as the first performing choir, which was an interesting name to give us, because we danced too. But anyway, my last year in high school and into college, that's what I did. And Here's That Rainy Day was one of my favorite songs from that time with the group, and Softly was recorded on our Love album. Anyway, another disappointment from my mother. Number one, she never expected me to go to college. She just decided he's going to be a professional singer, he doesn't need any of that. So I went to college anyway, and I became a voice major in college and fell in love with classical music. Again, another disappointment from my mother, who didn't understand classical music at all. But anyway, I was so proud of myself on the first time that I had a jury evaluation, which is what we do as a voice major. And so I was getting up with a pianist in front of the entire voice faculty, and thinking, hey, really, I'm doing a great job. I'm singing in French, and they're going to love it. And in the first evaluation, one of the voice teachers made the comment, well, we'll work the pop out of your voice. And then another commented on my French diction. She said, Donn, your diction was good, but in the French song, it was a love song, you didn't use the right word. You should have used the word cheveux when you said that you loved her beautiful brown cheveux or hair. You used the word chevaux. You told your lover that you loved her beautiful brown horses. And so, not an auspicious beginning of my college career. I'd like to do actually my favorite song from that time. It is in French, but I guarantee that there's no beautiful brown horses in it. This is from Gabriel Fauré's En Prière, and I did get some coaching on the French. And before I sing it, I've got to do a little bit of business here, because I had no idea doing a show would make you so dry. Silence is cool. This is gone. Okay, I'm not going to do this from memory. Okay. Si la voix d'un enfant peut monter jusqu'à vous, oh mon Père, écoutez de Jésus devant vous à genoux la prière. Si vous m'avez choisi pour enseigner vos lois sur la terre, je saurai vous servir, Auguste roi des rois, aux lumières. Sur mes lèvres, Seigneur, mettez la vérité salutaire, pour que celui qui doute avec humilité pour apaiser les maux, soulager le douleur, la misère. Révélez-vous à moi, Seigneur en qui je crois, et j'espère. Pour vous je veux souffrir et mourir sur la croix au calvaire. I believe there was still a little pop in that. Sorry. I'd like to welcome back to the stage somebody that you have admired already, and that is Judy Barrett.
A Midwestern fairy tale. On a small farm in Iowa lived a Danish girl, Little Ida, who on rare occasions saw in a movie the grace and beauty of ballet or the intricate flowing steps of Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. At night, her sleep was filled with dreams of one day dancing on the stage for the world to see, a ballerina with the grace of a swan gliding or flying through the air, or perhaps floating across a dance floor with a partner who would be Fred to her Ginger. In the daytime, foregoing her daily chores, the cornfield became her stage, where in her waking dreams she pirouetted and twirled among the tall stalks, mimicking the dancer of her dreams with grace and fluidity. The sun was her spotlight until evening, when it brought the curtain down. Sadly, her loving family could not afford to give her dance lessons. Still, Little Ida continued to dream. She sang along with popular songs on the radio, dancing around the room with unabashed freedom. The years passed, and Little Ida, now Ida, grew into a young woman. At a local dance hall, she met the man who would become her life partner. They married, but shortly thereafter World War II intervened, and her young husband went to fight in the Pacific. Upon his return, they had 2 boys, completing their family. As time went on, their boys grew and left home, and Ida, by then, in her 70s, one day, noticed an invitation to join a dance group at the local senior center. Dusting off her lifelong dream, Ida auditioned and was accepted into the group. On the night of their first performance, Little Ida stepped out onto the stage. Her joy was palpable, her smile lit up the stage, and her performance stole the show.
Thank you, Judy. Well, maybe you figured out that Little Ida was my mother. And this is a true story. Well, most of it. Well, yeah, it's a true story. I wonder what would have happened if my mother had realized her dream earlier in life. Well, here's one scenario. Dance, ballerina, dance, and do your pirouette in rhythm with your aching heart. Dance, ballerina, dance. You mustn't once forget, a dancer has to dance the part. Whirl, ballerina, whirl, and just ignore the chair that's empty in the second row. This is your moment, girl, although he's not out there applauding as you steal the show. Once you said his love must wait its turn, you wanted fame instead. I guess it's your concern. We live and learn, and love is gone, ballerina gone. So on with your career, you can't afford a backward glance. Dance on and on and on. 1,000 people here have come to see the show. As round and round you go, so ballerina dance. Once you said his love must wait its turn, you wanted fame instead. I guess it's your concern. We live and learn, and love is gone, ballerina gone. So on with your career, you can't afford a backward glance. Dance on and on and on. 1,000 people here have come to see the show. As round and round you go, so ballerina dance. Dance, dance. Thank you. I would be remiss in not doing what I should have done a long time ago, is to introduce this incredible band. I call them my dream band. We have our musical director, Bob Remstein, on the piano, and amazing Dori Amarillo on guitar. And fantastic Nate Light on the bass. Well, my mother wanted to pass on the love of dance to me, so unbeknownst to me in junior high, she enrolled me in a dance class that met in the evening. And I was mortified because junior high boys just don't do that. And in fact, when I got there, I found out it was ballroom. Okay, I was expecting maybe tap or, hip hop. Well, we didn't have hip hop in those days, did we? But anyway, so I went to the first meeting and I was hooked. Oh my gosh, I loved ballroom. I loved working with a partner. Actually, at a couple parties, my partner won a couple dance contests. But then I graduated, and where does a 13-year-old boy find a partner? Where does a 13-year-old boy find a place to dance ballroom? So I went through many, many years unrequited. my love for dance. And until I met someone very special in my life. I met my future spouse, Ken. And we were getting to know each other, and we talked about what we were doing in college. And he said for his PE requirement, he took such rough and tumble sports like bowling and ballroom dancing. And I'm sure my eyes got big, and inside I was going, gotta dance. And you know, so I blurted out, let's go dancing, let's go tonight. And he said, of course, something to the effect of, I won't dance, don't ask me. Somebody should record that. Anyway, over the years, I was maybe able to get him or grab him in the kitchen and do a little sway or whatever. He stood perfectly still, and I did little steps around him. But in the end, it ended in a back scratch or a bear hug, and so I guess it was worth it. But I started to fantasize after a while. I mean, it's kind of like those movies with Astaire and Rogers, where Fred and Ginger would be conversing, and suddenly music would come out of nowhere, and they would get up and sing and dance in perfect synchronicity. By the way, that's a real word. I looked it up. And so finally I decided, well, you know what? This is impossible. There is no way that this could ever happen. Wait. Oh my gosh. Do I hear a waltz? Very odd, but I hear a waltz. There isn't a band, and I can't understand it at all. I can't hear a waltz. Oh my Lord, there it goes again. Why is nobody dancing in the street? Can't you hear the beat? Magical, mystical miracle, can it be? Is it true? Things are impossibly lyrical. Is it me? No, it's you. I do hear a waltz. I see you and I hear a waltz. It's what I've been waiting for all my life, to hear a waltz. Magical, mystical miracle, can it be? Is it true? Things are impossibly lyrical. Is it me? No, it's you. Do I hear a waltz? Maybe I want more than to hear a waltz. I want you to share it, 'cause oh boy, do I hear a waltz. I hear a waltz. I hear a waltz. Thank you. Have you ever had a kismet moment? I think of a kismet moment as being a time when something maybe even impossible happens, but it seems that fate or destiny is on its way. That happened when I met my spouse, Ken. It all started with a handbell rehearsal after church, and I was concentrating on my music and happened to look up, and there in an empty sanctuary, I thought it was empty, was this handsome, beautiful, brown-haired guy, and I was smitten. And I looked down at my music, and when I looked back up again, he was gone. And after rehearsal, I went out and looked for him, and to no avail. And I did this for several weeks, and finally I decided, hey, I've been unlucky in love before. This is just another case. In the meantime, I was invited by some friends to their home for Thanksgiving dinner. And they invited quite a few people. A lot of them were, I don't want to call them old members of the church. They were long-standing members of the church, and then there were brand new members too, just kind of getting together and getting to know each other. And I really didn't want to go. I kind of wasn't in the mood for it. But I opened the door, I walked over the threshold, and I froze, because there was that handsome, beautiful, brown-haired guy. Oh my gosh. And so what happened was, somehow we ended up in conversation, and as Ken puts it, I proceeded to tell him my whole life story, which really didn't happen. But anyway, when I got to the point where I was in the Young Americans, he stopped me and he asked, were you with the Young Americans when they performed in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade? And I just kind of looked at him, I'm sure wide-eyed, and I said, yeah, I was in that parade. And he said, well, he asked this, were you the blonde guy that was sitting on the front of a double-decker English bus, and did you pass out balloons to children on the parade route? Well, after I picked my chin up off the floor, I said, yes, that was me. And he said, well, I was a senior in high school, and I was watching the parade with my parents, and I noticed you. And at that point, I knew this was my kismet moment. This was destiny. This had to happen. He would be my life partner. Well, it doesn't end there. Because I'm telling you my whole life story here. That parade was televised exactly 10 years before the day we met. So he remembered me for a decade. I'd like to share a medley of songs that commemorates that event right now. This is Ken's song. Long before I knew you, long before I met you, I was sure I'd find you someday, somehow. I pictured someone who'll walk and talk and smile as you do, and make me feel as you do right now. All that was long before I held you, long before I kissed you, long before I touched you and felt this glow. But now you really are here, and now at last I know that long before I knew you, I loved you so. This is my song. Just in time. I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed, nowhere to go. Now you're here, and now I know just where I'm going. No more doubt or fear, I'm on my way. For love came just in time. You found me just in time and changed my lonely life that lucky day. And this is our song. Starting here, starting now, when we walk, we'll walk together, year by year. Starting here, starting now, when we talk, we will say the most with silence. When we're near, starting here. Now, when you sleep, you will dream a dream that's free from care. For now, when you wake, I'll be there. So be still, take my hand, for the greatest journey heaven can allow. Starting low, starting here, starting now. Well, I became a wedding singer right out of high school. And I sang at weddings for a very long time. I must have sung at 200 weddings or more. And sang all sorts of genres, mostly maybe sacred songs or popular songs of the day. But there's this one time, excuse me, there's this one time that a song came up and I actually said to the wedding couple, "Are you sure?" And they said, "Oh yeah, we're sure." And I said, "What about your parents?" And they said, no, everyone's gonna love it. Well, I was dubious, but it was the day before, the morning before, I was to sing at that wedding and I threw my back out. And I was having trouble just moving around, let alone standing for a while, or sitting down, or lying down, or mostly it was being stiff, trying to get from one position to the other. Well, on the morning that I was supposed to sing that song, I left, grabbed my grandfather's cane, and which this is, grabbed my grandfather's cane, and I didn't rush out the door, but I went to the church, had a good rehearsal, and I was sitting for a while before my turn to get up, and I stood up, and I couldn't straighten up. So essentially, I was like this, kind of hobbling up to the platform, and on the way, I decided, you know what? This is unusual, I'm just gonna go for it. And so the band started playing. It was an organ. The organ started playing. I mean, I was going to say ukuleles, but anyway, the organ started playing, and I started to sway. And, well, you know, I'm not going to sing that song tonight. But I have a very dear friend of mine who is going to sing that song. And so I'd like to introduce to you, welcome to the stage, my friend, Elliot Swyback.
Thank you very much. This is the song he sang. When I get older, losing my hair, many years from now, will you still be sending me a Valentine, birthday greetings, bottle of wine? If I'd been out till 3:45, would you lock the door? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? You'll be older too, and if you say the word, I could stay with you. I could be handy mending a fuse when your lights have gone. You can knit a sweater by the fireside. Sunday mornings go for a ride, doing the garden, digging the weeds. Who could ask for more? Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Every summer we can rent a cottage in the Isle of Wight if it's not too dear. We shall scrimp and save. Grandchildren on your knee. Vera, Chuck, and Dave. Send me a postcard, drop me a line stating point of view. Indicate precisely what you mean to say. You're sincerely wasting away. Give me your answer, fill in a form, mine forevermore. Will you still need me? Will you still feed me when I'm 64? Thank you.
So, the parents were in shock, but I gave it all I had, and so did Elliot tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Swyback. Now, while I was still in college, I hired on as a church soloist, and for most of my life I was a church soloist, and I sang a particular song. It was a song about peace at more than one church, but also I was an elementary school teacher for 30 years. Yay. And actually, in my last year that I was teaching, right before I retired, I was able to do the same song with my students, first graders, and in our annual talent show. And I sang the verses, they sang the chorus, they were kind of the backup, and sang with me. Tonight, Elliot and I would like to do that song for you. And the problem is we don't have any first graders here for backup. So guess what? That's you. All right, I'm going to give a very short tutorial. You're going to be speaking in 3 different languages, or singing in 3 different languages. So get ready. I'm going to teach you 3 words, peace in 3 different languages. Now, there's an ancient language called Sanskrit, and the word peace in Sanskrit is shanti. Shanti. Please say it. Shanti. Okay? There's an Arabic word, salam. Salam. And so it's shanti salam. Shanti salam. And the Hebrew word for peace is shalom. Shalom. So shanti salam shalom. Shanti salam shalom. Bob, would you go through the simple chorus with us? No, go ahead and just do the chorus. Yeah, that was a long way around. Okay, I'm going to sing that with Bob here. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Oh, very good. And I didn't even direct you in yet. So let's take this from the top. One earth, one sky, one God on high, one people here below. One binding theme, one goal, one dream for all who live and grow. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom.
Each caring choice, each gentle voice can make the music ring. Each mind and heart must do its part, each hand can help to bring peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. If all the shouts could turn to prayers amid the fiery rush, the whole world round would hear the sound, an unfamiliar hush. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom.
Peace on earth, shanti salam shalom. Peace on earth, Shanti. Salam.
Shalom.
Peace. Thank you, Elliot. Now, I'm sure you can't figure out why I put that in the show today, but it's timely, very timely. We live in an increasingly chaotic and uncertain world. And in response, I've made the vow to be the best me that I can be. I've come also to the conclusion that I kind of like me. My last song really resonates with me. It was made famous by the late Sammy Davis Jr. Now, before I go on, I want to acknowledge this incredible band one more time. So, Bob Remstein on the piano, Dori Amarillo on guitar, and Nate Light on bass. Whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong, whether I find a place in this world or never belong, I've gotta be me. I've gotta be me. What else can I be but what I am? I want to live, not merely survive. And I won't give up this dream of life that keeps me alive. I've got to be me. I've got to be me. The dream that I see makes me what I am. That faraway prize, a world of success. It's waiting for me if I heed the call. I won't settle down or settle for less. As long as there's half a chance that I can have it all, I'll go it alone. That's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've gotta be free. I've gotta be free. Daring to die, try to do it or die. I've gotta be me. That faraway prize, that world of success, it's waiting for me if I heed the call. I won't settle down, won't settle for less. As long as there's half a chance that I can have it all, I'll go it alone. That's how it must be. I can't be right for somebody else if I'm not right for me. I've gotta be free. I've gotta be free. Daring to try to do it or die. I've got to be me. Thank you. Well, as much as the song says, I'll do it alone, a show like this can't make it on one person's efforts. There are so many people to thank for getting us to this point, so many that it takes up 2 pages of writing here, and I have to read it. Let's start with the Gardenia. We need to thank Bruce Lohman. Bruce Lohman has kept this place, this magical place, alive for so many years. It's a welcome home away from home for so many performers, and me included. Thank you to Nicole and her crew. Nicole Rice runs this place like a top. She wears many hats. I'd like to also thank Heidi Allen behind the bar, and Lyric McWilliams, who prepared your delicious meals tonight, Colleen Moore, who served you, and Quentin Herring, who actually wasn't seen, and he was helping out in the kitchen. Thank you, Quentin. Thanks to Mark Saltarelli, our videographer tonight, Craig Cochran, photographer, Terry Cole on lights and sound, making me look and sound much better than I am. For my friend Rick from the Young Americans, he did publicity. He designed the flyers and postcards, as you saw. Thanks to Linda, my French language coach. No beautiful brown horses, right? To my spouse Ken, who took care of all the logistics, freeing me to be creative. And a huge thanks to my special guests, the song stylings of Elliot Swyvac, our wordsmith, Judy Barrett, and a special thanks to Carrie Kelsey, who is not only the consummate performer. I'm sorry, that's an inside joke. That's boots are made for walking, whatever that song is. But she also runs the most welcoming, supporting open mic around, and this was my master class in how to perform tonight. At last but not least, my dream band, my musical director and pianist Bob Remstein, Dory Amarillo guitar, and Nate Light on the bass. Thanks guys for making my dream a reality. And now with this show, I've come full circle back to the songs my mother taught me and more. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Say it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's a honky-tonk parade. Without your love, it's a melody played on a penny arcade. It's a Barnum and Bailey world, just as phony as it can be. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. If you believed in me. If you believed in me. Thank you. because I prepared an encore and I was going to do it anyway. When I was a child, as I told you, my mother would dance me around the floor in the kitchen and sing songs that she learned. Well, she learned one from my grandfather, and she passed that on to me. It's a very simple song, and the gist of it, well, actually, it's not in English, so I'm going to have to tell you what it means. But it's in Danish, and it essentially, a father put his child on his knee who had hurt himself, and he was bouncing his child on his knee and hoping that if he gave his child a tin soldier, that he would stop crying. If it were me, I wouldn't stop crying. I cried a lot. Anyway, this is the song. There's no accompaniment to it, and it's a very simple song and very, very short. I actually went up to Solvang to talk to my friend Connie, who's Danish-born, and she listened to the song and just looked at me, and then she said I understood every word. It didn't mean I said it all correctly, but she did say she understood it. And it goes like this. Fæld du slå du dig, min dreng, opererer ranker, Papa kommer snart igen, med den soldater blanka. And so that's the Danish song. And the last time I sang it was actually at my mother's memorial service. But the most important song to me, the one that touches me and is deep in my heart and will be in my heart forever, is one that my mother sang as she was dancing me around the kitchen. And I pretty much just learned the verse because my mother never taught me verses. She taught me just the choruses, and so I grew up thinking that no songs had a verse. And this one has a verse. I'm in love with you, honey. Say you love me too, honey. No one else will do, honey. Seems funny, but it's true. Loved you from the start, honey. Bless your little heart, honey. Every day would be so sunny, honey, with you. Scene is a June night, flooded with moonlight, fragrant roses in bloom. Garden bench with just room for two. You are the shiro, I am the hero. Love is prompting the play. Here's the cue where I say to you, I'm in love with you, honey. Say you love me too, honey. No one else will do, honey. Seems funny, but it's true. Loved you from the start, honey. Bless your little heart, honey. Every day would be so sunny, honey, with you. Every day would be so sunny, honey, with you. Thanks, Mom. Thank you, and good night. Say it's only a paper moon sailing over a cardboard sea, but it wouldn't be make-believe if you believe in me. Yes, it's only a canvas sky hanging over a muslin tree. But it wouldn't be make-believe if you believed in me. Without your love, it's honky-tonk parade.